Welcome to the Last European YouTube channel, and of course my website, thelasteuropean.com, where you can get the latest information. Today I'm going to discuss crime in Europe and compare Europe to America, and discuss the right to bear arms, which most European states unfortunately do not recognize, unlike America. Now, I think we're all aware of the fact that crime has increased a lot in Europe in the last decade for a number of reasons. But one reason is for sure is that there's been a drastic increase of so-called asylum seekers seeking humanitarian aid, or migrants that have been let into the block without being vetted, so without having a detailed criminal background check from their country of origin. And not just a criminal background check, but also a lot of these so-called humanitarian seekers have not had a detailed psychological or mental evaluation, which in many cases unfortunately has resulted in some very dire crimes throughout the bloc. Now, in the past, mass terror events in Germany, France, Belgium, and other states, we saw that anti-terror from the police and the police response was for many too late and inadequate when it did arrive. So how can we make sure that when these events in the future unfold, which if the past is anything to go by, I think if we can take it, there will be more attacks on European citizens and another terror attack in the future. And should we be reliant on that window of time until police or anti-terror units arrive? Now, the United States, under the Second Amendment, gives citizens the right to bear and carry arms. I think at this stage, most European states would be wise to allow a similar privilege in their constitutions or fundamental rights, to give citizens the adequate protection they deserve to defend themselves, looking upon the increased amounts of crime that have occurred in the Union throughout Europe. And in many situations, if we look at past tragic and events, if the victim or victims did were carrying arms, in many cases that crime could have been averted. So at the moment, the right to bear arms is heavily regulated in most European countries, but we could change this, and this would give this extra layer of protection to people in these times where we see increased crime rates and increased terror campaigns being carried out throughout Europe. That's just what I have to say today about the right to bear arms in Europe. Just a reminder, my website, thelasteuropean.com. Please go onto the website, and if you can make a donation, that really helps to keep this project alive, and my website, and allows me to keep on running this effectively. Thank you very much.